So the Avatar 3 trailer just dropped, and it's not just another pretty James Cameron postcard from Pandora. This thing feels like it's gearing up to hit harder and darker than anything we've seen in the franchise so far. The subtitle, Fire and Ash, is not just a poetic tagline. It's literally everywhere in this trailer. In the orange and crimson lighting, in the heavy presence of fire, and even in the way the soundtrack takes the familiar Avatar theme and twists it into something heavier, almost funereal. The opening shot is pure nostalgia bait, the floating Hallelujah Mountains from the first movie. It's like Cameron is reminding us where this all started, the home of the Omaticaya clan, where Jake and Neytiri stood their ground against humanity's first invasion. Back then, it was a clear nature versus machine story. This time, the lines aren't so clean. Cameron has already hinted that Avatar 3 will be the darkest installment yet. The first two movies had a straightforward conflict, Na'vi versus human greed. In this one, the danger isn't coming solely from the sky. We're about to meet a whole new faction of Na'vi that might make the RDA look like friendly neighbors. Enter the Manxang clan, better known as the Ash People. They're Na'vi, but if you're expecting another gentle, nature-hugging tribe like the Omaticaya or the Metkayina, forget it. Their entire homeland was obliterated by a volcanic eruption years ago. Forests didn't grow back, the earth didn't heal, everything they know is ash and stone. And in that wasteland, they've built a culture around survival, not harmony. The Ash People don't worship Eywa. In fact, their leader, Varang, flat out mocks the idea in the trailer. When she says, "your goddess," there's venom in her voice. These Na'vi have adapted physically too. Thinner frames, grayish skin tones, eyes that look more like burning embers than the soft gold we've seen before. Their clothing and war paint are dominated by reds and blacks, a visual nod to their connection with fire and their willingness to kill to survive. And yes, killing is actually part of their initiation ritual. To join the clan, you have to take another Na'vi's life, which means someone like Quaritch, who's already got that on his resume, fits right in. Speaking of Quaritch, the trailer makes it pretty clear he's embedding himself into this clan. There's a scene where he's fully decked out in their red markings, going toe-to-toe with Jake in what looks like a ritualized fight. From there, we see him standing alongside Varang, with RDA tech looming in the background, a nightmare mashup of tribal warriors and military firepower. Here's where it gets interesting. The Ash People seem to be attacking the Metkayina in full force, fires consuming their reef homes, Jake running through chaos, trying to stop the slaughter. Varang at the front, with Quaritch right beside her. That raises a huge question. Why would Varang side with humans when every other Na'vi tribe we've met despises them? The easy answer is revenge and resources. Quaritch offers her modern weapons. There's a shot of her wielding a flamethrower like she was born to use it. It's the ultimate symbol of control over fire, which is sacred to her people. For the Ash People, fire isn't just a weapon, it's part of their identity. But the flamethrower takes it further. It's a step away from nature and deeper into industrial power, which reinforces their break from Eywa's teachings. And yet, there's an underlying sense that Quaritch isn't truly loyal to them either. We have seen him manipulate alliances before, and in a later scene, he's clearly still coordinating with humans. My guess? He's using Varang and her warriors as a blunt instrument to break Jake and Neytiri's world before moving on to whatever his real endgame is. One of the biggest shifts you can feel in this trailer is that the story's camera, both literally and narratively, is spending more time on Jake and Neytiri's kids. It's not just a side plot anymore. It feels like the emotional backbone of Avatar 3. Lo'ak, in particular, looks like he's carrying a lot of emotional weight. In one sequence, we see him flying through the skies with another rider, likely Neteyam in a flashback, hinting at how much he's still processing the events of Avatar 2. The guilt, the grief. There's even a shot where his expression screams that he's not just angry at the world, but maybe at Jake himself. Kiri, on the other hand, is doubling down on her mystical connection to Eywa. There's this beautiful yet eerie moment with what looks like a tree spirit or some sort of Eywa manifestation, and her expression is all focus and tension. Based on the setup, she might play a direct role in saving Spider. Remember, there's that quick sequence where his breathing mask breaks? And then, a few shots later, we see him maskless, tattooed, and clearly accepted into a Na'vi clan. That transformation could be one of the film's quieter but emotionally heavy arcs. The trailer also teases this unsettling possibility. Jake might not make it out of this movie. We know Avatar 3 is reportedly shifting narrators, which could be a storytelling move to pass the torch. And the heavier focus on the kids, especially in action scenes without Jake present, adds to that unease. Then there's the flashiest new toy moment of the trailer, the reveal of the Windtraders. These guys arrive on what can only be described as flying jellyfish sailboat hybrids. The design is classic Cameron, part alien creature, part functional vehicle, and completely mesmerizing. The Windtraders control their massive airships like living chariots, steering from a position mounted on the creature's head. In one scene, we catch our first glimpse of their leader, Palak, wearing this striking orange cloak. Actor David Thewlis plays him, which almost guarantees this character will have a sharp, calculating presence. There's also a massive bow attached to the ship, clearly a defensive weapon in case these floating behemoths are attacked mid-air. We even get a scene of Kiri aboard one of these airships, possibly hinting at a temporary alliance or rescue mission. Given the fiery chaos elsewhere in the story, I'm betting the Windtraders will be wildcards, the kind of group that chooses sides based on survival or trade, not loyalty. And then we hit one of the trailer's weirdest beats, a shot of Kiri leading a group through Pandora's jungles, Loak behind her, Jake carrying Spider, and Quaritch walking at the back like he's part of the team. Yeah, that's a "did I just see that" moment, but it lines up with an old script leak from a couple of years ago. In it, there's a short-lived truce where Jake and Quaritch have to work together for a common goal. The obvious link here is Spider, who grew up with the Sullys but is biologically Quaritch's son. It's not a partnership built on trust, it's more like a "we'll deal with each other later" scenario. And given how much of the rest of the trailer shows them on opposite sides, this alliance probably falls apart fast. The trailer also drops some visual callbacks for fans who've been paying attention. The sunken ship from Avatar 2 is back. This time, Loak dives to recover pieces of Neytiri's bow, reforging it for the battles ahead. It's a quiet but powerful image, tying the loss from the last film directly into the fight for survival in this one. And beyond the movie, Cameron's already teasing more. Alongside the trailer drop, he confirmed an animated Avatar anthology series is in development. That means we're not just getting more Pandora on the big screen, but potentially stories about its cast, other clans, maybe even the first human expeditions. The takeaway? Cameron's not treating Avatar 3 as an endpoint. It's a turning point. The moment where the franchise opens up beyond the Jake versus Quaritch conflict and starts to explore the political, cultural, and spiritual complexity of Pandora on a much bigger scale.